Today I am testing out Lufthansa's short-haul economy product on two different planes. The journey will take us from my hometown of Luxembourg City to Bilbao, Spain, with a layover in Munich. Lufthansa still calls itself a full-service carrier, but in truth, there is nothing full-service about flying LH within Europe. So let's find out whether Lufthansa is still a good option on shorter journeys. The adventure begins at LUX Airport. Good morning or Gute Morgen, as we say in Luxembourgish, and welcome back to the channel. We are at Luxembourg Airport, or LUX, the only international airport in the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg, which is where I am from, in case you didn't know. The airport is situated just a few kilometers northeast of the city center, and you can easily get here by bus using Line 16, among others. All public transportation is free in Luxembourg, so getting to the airport is simple and doesn't cost any money. Luxembourg Airport is pretty small, but it does punch above its weight with over 4 million passengers per year. The main airline operating from here is the national flag carrier Luxair, but you also have major European carriers like KLM, Air France, BA, Lufthansa and Turkish. And finally, the airport is also becoming more and more attractive for low-cost airlines such as EasyJet and Ryanair, the latter of which I covered in a different video. The first flight of today's itinerary is LH2317, departing Luxembourg at 9:45 am and arriving in Munich at 10:50 am. What I like about this airport is that everything is quick and the distances are short. As long as you don't travel during school holidays, there is no need to get here super early. I had done my online check-in without any bags to drop, and getting from the street-level entrance to the gate took less than 15 minutes. LUX Airport has one main terminal which was renovated in 2008 and a satellite building accessible via footbridge. That's where we are departing from today. The satellite building is home to the B gates, and it has one coffee shop and a pretty nice chill-out area with couches and some desk space to work on your laptop. Everything was smooth and efficient, and we started boarding about half an hour before departure. As a clarification, the first leg is operated by Lufthansa CityLine, an LH subsidiary that only flies narrow-body planes within Europe. And here's my ride to Munich, a Bombardier CRJ 900. Lufthansa CityLine has 28 of those, and with only 90 passengers, it is the smallest aircraft in the entire Lufthansa lineup. The Canadair Regional Jet, or CRJ, was launched in 1991, and there have been various generations since. This plane is part of the second newest CRJ variant, and it was delivered to the Lufthansa Group in 2009. As you might expect, this plane isn't spacious in any way, shape or form. It has 90 seats in a 2+2 configuration, and everything is a bit cramped. I am sitting in 11 Alpha today, a window seat in the middle of the plane. The seat is really narrow, but actually quite comfortable. Better still, the legroom is pretty generous for such a small aircraft. There is a tray table, a seatback pocket, a literature compartment which contains the Lufthansa magazine, and you also get personal air vents. And that is it. No frills, not even USB ports. But at the end of the day, this plane was designed for very short flights, and you can't expect much in terms of features. On a positive note, this 15-year-old plane was in pristine condition and spotlessly clean.
Please switch off your laptop and place it in your hand luggage. You're welcome to use lighter devices such as mobile phones or tablets in flight mode. Please fasten your seatbelt now and pull it tight. My colleagues and I wish you a pleasant stay on board.
We departed at 9:55 am, 10 minutes behind schedule. And yeah, the in-flight experience is pretty non-existent. Lufthansa gives you a tiny bottle of water and a small piece of chocolate. You can also purchase drinks and snacks on board. So yeah, this is pretty much the same as flying Ryanair or Wizz Air, but it has to be said that Lufthansa planes are generally in better condition and cleaner. This flight was really short and I was sitting next to an elderly lady with mobility issues. As such, I didn't want her to have to get up for me to go to the loo. So yeah, no loo review on this flight. We landed in Munich on time at 10:52 am. The CRJ 900 parked at a remote stand, so first we had to get to the terminal by bus. I now have a very long layover of more than 10 hours here, so let's head to the center of Munich. Getting from Munich International Airport to the city center is easy and convenient, but not cheap. The airport is located around 28 kilometers northeast of Munich and connected to the city by S-Bahn train. Trains are frequent and they will take you to the center in about 45 minutes. However, a one-way ticket will set you back a whopping €13.90. That is a lot of money for essentially a metro ride. If you travel from the center to the airport, it is actually much cheaper for some reason, but more on that later. After getting off the train at Marienplatz, bang in the center of Munich, I went for a little walk around Germany's third largest city. The old town was heavily damaged in World War II, but it was rebuilt according to the original designs and now looks gorgeous, especially the old town hall. I then ascended to the top of Munich Cathedral for some spectacular views over the city. The Frauenkirche, or Munich Cathedral, was built in the 15th and 16th centuries, and it is the tallest building in Munich at 98 meters. But not just that, Munich actually has a law stating that no building can be higher than the cathedral towers. After visiting the church, it was time for some traditional Bavarian food at a brewery called Pschoch. I went for some delicious pork chops and they went down especially well with local beer. After walking off that meal for a few more hours, I returned to the airport by S-Bahn train. For some reason, the ticket only cost €3.90 this time. Does anyone know if I bought the wrong ticket, or is it really that much cheaper than the journey to the center? Today's second leg is LH1830, leaving Munich at 9:10 p.m. and arriving in Bilbao at 11:25. Flight time will be 2 hours and 15 minutes. We are departing from Terminal 2 today, which is where the majority of Star Alliance members operate from. T2 opened in 2003 and it has a Schengen and non-Schengen zone, as well as a newer satellite building that was completed in 2016. After passing security, which took no more than 15 minutes, it was time to find our gate, which is located inside the satellite extension. To reach the satellite terminal, you take an underground train that will get you there in about 1 minute. And here we are, the newest part of Munich Airport. It has some restaurants, shops, a few waiting areas, and of course departure gates. Nothing too sensational, but a very functional and comfortable space. And here is our plane, an 11-year-old Airbus A320-200. On the day of filming, there were several major storms in Germany, and the severe weather conditions led to many delays, including on my own journey. We started boarding 5 minutes before our supposed departure time, and as a result of the delay, it was very chaotic. So let's have a look at Lufthansa's A320. This plane has 168 seats, and the first 7 rows have a blocked middle seat. That is what Lufthansa calls European business class. I am sitting in 21A, a window seat, behind the wings. The legroom is good, and just like on the CRJ, you get a tray table, a seatback pocket, and a literature compartment. I have to say that, for a supposed full-service carrier, this product is really meager. Now, LH does have very good long-haul products on certain planes, but in Europe they are competing with budget airlines, so cost-cutting is the main agenda here. Nevertheless, the least they could do is install USB ports and power outlets. Because with the way Lufthansa sets up its A320, there really isn't much difference between them and Ryanair. A bit more legroom and cleaner planes, but that's about it. We departed at 9:50 p.m., 40 minutes late. So what do you get on a 2-hour plus Lufthansa flight? The answer is almost nothing. Just like on the first leg, which was less than an hour, LH gives you a 0.25 liter bottle of water and a piece of chocolate. They do have a pretty extensive buy on board menu though. I was hungry again, so I got a chicken sandwich for €5.90. Not cheap, but high quality. Warm meals and alcoholic drinks are really expensive, so I'm not sure whether they are worth the money, even if the quality is probably decent. Lufthansa does have in-flight Wi-Fi and streaming to your own device, but almost nothing is free. The only parts you can access without paying extra are moving maps, a few German podcasts, and some magazines. And you can write messages apparently, but on this particular flight that feature didn't work. Again, this is a bit meh. You don't really expect in-flight entertainment on flights within Europe, but why not add a few movies and TV shows if you already have the system in place? Oh yeah, you need to charge your customers at every single opportunity. Sorry, I forgot. The loo was clean. And I also wanted to mention that the cabin crew were very friendly and professional on both flights. We landed in Bilbao at midnight, 35 minutes late. As I mentioned before, the delay was due to severe weather conditions, so I am not gonna criticize Lufthansa too much for it. I paid €137 for this itinerary, 123 base fare and 14 for my seat selection. checked luggage would have cost another 30. As such, I am giving this journey a 5.5 out of 10, very average. And here's my conclusion. Lufthansa's short-haul economy product isn't terrible, but it is too much low-cost without low-cost fares. On this particular route, I literally had no other option. But if you can find a low-cost alternative, don't bother with Lufthansa. You pay quite a bit more than you would on a budget carrier, but you get almost nothing in return. And that is it for today. As always, let me know your opinion on Lufthansa and especially their short-haul product down in the comments. Thanks very much for watching and see you in the next one. Hasta luego.